Greetings and welcome back to another episode of the Corrupt Crew Chronicles. Yeah, you all. So I just want to come on here because I want to share a situation that happened with me and just to, share how real. And when I say that, I'm talking about the power that divine spirit and my ancestors have in my life and how fucking with me, yeah, wrongfully fucking with me, it leads to major consequences. Yeah. But before I get into that, I want to actually just say a few things. First of all, I want to thank Brother Solomon for piquing my interest actually in with the alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, ATF, because I did do research on them, and yeah, they're going to be put up on notice as well. No violations that I see with that circus cult and Eli circus cult leader Shitty One, but they need to know about that they have firearms in there because on some videos back, like I said, it's been, and it still is, it's been on me, as when I say that, I'm talking about on my spirit, as far as for knowing that they have those firearms in there, which, yes, it is lawful. We know that, in the state of Georgia, don't have to, have a permit to carry, and just have to be of a certain age and not have a certain background, past the criminal background check and all of that. And yes, they are allowed to have them in religious organization buildings. In the state of Georgia. However, it's just been on my spirit that something bad, I just have that feeling that something bad is going to happen in that circus cult revolving around those firearms, those weapons. And that's just been on me. And whenever anything's on me, it happens. That's just like with that little boy who was sexually violated in that circus cult by that teenage boy. It was on my spirit, divine spirit. My ancestors were just kept nagging at me that it had not been reported. That criminal activity, that was a crime that happened to that little boy in that circus cult, had not been reported. And here it is, come to find out it was not reported. So I'm always on point when something is on me like that to go ahead and do it. So I appreciate you, Brother Solomon. Thank you so much. I'm going to get that done. Actually, it'd be done this week. I done already looked up the information and everything, and I'm going to get the email sent on to them, just putting them up on notice and letting them know that, yeah, they have weapons and that, that local law enforcement police department knows about it. Yeah, I'm going to forward that email, that long email when I say, yeah, they have weapons in there and everything. Yeah, I'm going to forward it to them and let them know FBI been there, all that. It's a federal agency. These federal agencies need to know, what's going on, because just in case something does happen, they will more than likely have to be contacted, to make sure, okay, well, they, however many be involved or whatever. And I hope that does not happen. I hope there would not be a situation in that circus cult like that goes down. But I mean, look at what happened with that sexual violation of that little boy in there by that teenage boy. How many of us thought that would even imagine, conceive that anything like that would happen in there, even though, we was all sitting in there. I'm talking about to the ones who's gone from up out of there and, knew that, little things going on, but never anything that heinous, that atrocious. That never crossed my mind that would happen. And it did. So again, that's going to get done this week. And today I was busy with some other stuff or whatever, and that will get done this week. Also want to just say that when it comes down to me reporting violations, reporting criminal activity, fraudulent activity, yeah, it's real. I do research. Just like what I said, the last ones I reported, because now I'm up to 107. And then when I do this ATF, we're putting them up on notice, that'll be 108. But actual claims, yeah, it's 107 now. Because these last three that I actually did on that water buffalo duo, the parents of that teenage boy that sexually violated that little boy inside that circus code, yeah, I researched it. And I'm like, there's no way that you can be able to get a $20,000 PPP loan and you made the required income revenue. And then that's tax violation. So yeah, I'm not just reporting, I want to make that quite clear that I'm not just going through and just I'm just reporting, putting in report. No, these are factual, actual violations. Yeah, criminal activity, fraudulent activity that I am reporting. Like I said, I've done extensive research, hours upon hours upon hours of work. And that's fine, because like I said, I chose to go ahead and take on this mission assignment to accept it from divine spirit and my ancestors. And like I said, I'm going to carry it out to the end. So I did want to go ahead and say that. And then lastly, I want to say that my videos get to stay up. And some of you know what I'm talking about with that, because I've reached out to some of you all today via email, and if it would have went the other way, then, or if it does go the other way, but if it would have went the other way, I would have had to take down my videos. Yeah, because of the proceedings and everything. So my videos get to stay up. And like I said, everything, divine spirit and my ancestors, they know what they doing. Divine spirit always. Just know what they doing. And justice comes in many forms, many different forms. But I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to get on this. And early this AM, it was like 3 something this AM, okay? Early. And I was awake. Yeah, I already talked about that. A lot of times I'm awake during the hours of between 12 a.m. and 5 a.m. And I was awake. And I just so happened to actually look up something pertaining to a whole nother aspect in my life. And I seen where justice has been served. And I'm seeing where it's going to continue. Well, I just want to, and I'm not going to go into detail. I'm just going to give just a very brief surface overview. And I will say this, that those who know me, I'm talking about really, really, really well. And that's not a lot of folks. I'm just going to put that out there because I am very reserved. I've always been that way. And it's not a secretive thing. It's just me being very reserved and just me keeping things to myself, personal, things to myself, because I've always been one. I don't want anybody to, things that I go through or that I've gone through, to look at me as, I'm just this, sob story, or, I don't want to say a sob story, but, look upon me, with pity. I don't like that, those type of feelings towards me. I don't, I understand, compassion and things like that. I do. But how I am, because like I said, internal strength, I am very internally strong. And I thank divine spirit of my ancestors for that the internal strength that I do have. So those who really, really know me know that I keep things to myself. And if I talk about it, it's normally after the outcome of it. And if I even then, it's, usually because I'm motivating someone else who may be in a similar situation. But I want to go into this 2 years ago, and this was in September of 2021. There was a situation, and I was wronged. I mean, I'm talking about really bad wronged. I had never been wronged in this way, before. It was, it was wrong. What happened to me, a true injustice. And so as you all probably can tell, that, I'm the type that I'm going to see what I can do about it, And so I did, and I went ahead and I followed the proper steps, and everything. And so this was when was that? November of 2021, when I went ahead and started it. And then in December of 2021. No, I'm sorry, December of 2021. That's when I started, in December of 2021. And so then I had two things going on, actually two different. And so with the one, I was contacted actually in January 2022 to get things started. So that started in February 2022. And then the other one, I was contacted in March of 2022. So the one in February 2022, actually the outcome of it was favored the other side, who actually did the injustice, which I kind of figured that would be the case. And so, and I got that information in May of 2022, I want to say. Yeah. So the other one, it took a longer amount of time, and because this dealt with an agency, a federal agency, with the one that contacted me in March of 2022. And so they went ahead and they had to do investigation and everything. And so I went ahead and, was patient, and, but during that time, I'm seeking, representation as well. And I had received representation actually in May of 2022. And so during the time, they were just like, well, we'll have to just wait and see what happens. So I was like, okay. So they come back, this federal agency comes back actually with with their findings. And, they found that there was no, in their eyes, there was not anything as far as for unjust that was done. And so they gave me that information. I got that information in August of 2022. So the representation that I had, they went ahead and they were like, well, we looked over everything, and we won't, no longer represent you and everything. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So I went ahead and was still looking, for representation and everything. And so I did get in contact with someone, and they were like, well, because of how it was, that it, I would have to actually pay some money actually up front. And so, I waited, and I spoke with my husband about it and everything. And, I just, we just came to the conclusion. It was like, no, we're not going to go ahead and proceed forward. Now, mind you, back in December, let me go ahead and let me go back in July of 2021. I had a conversation with a certain individual that's involved in this, okay? And there was one of the ones who treated me unjustly. And I let her know, this is a female, I let her know, I said, now, I'm special. That doesn't mean I need special treatment. It just means to treat me right. Now, keep that in mind. I had that conversation with her back in July of 2021. Then the unjust wrongdoing against me happens in September of 2021. Okay, so go ahead, fast forward and everything. And you all know I will send out an email in a minute. I will send an email out in a minute. But Divine Spirit and my ancestors said, hold up on sending out the email. And this was after, not proceeding forward with, go ahead, proceed, me not proceeding forward with getting any representation, and just went ahead and just let it go. I just let it go like that. However, I went to the altar, to Divine Spirit and my ancestors. After I went ahead and I let that go with the representation, I sure did. And so let me tell y'all something. This AM, 3-something AM. Like I said, I was up. I so happened to look and see the main one who could have stopped the injustice, and everything against me, actually died on September 22nd of 2023. The injustice and the wrongdoing happened to me on September 17th of 2021. And I'm going to tell you something. It was right there 2 years. I'm going to tell you something. I told my husband, I told him back in 2021, I said, I give it 2 years. I said, I give it 2 years. I said that to him. Look what happened. She died untimely, unexpectedly. It's all over the internet. When I say that, I'm saying you have to know her first, last name, or either the place. The place, and put it in. Either put in the name of the place, or know her first and last name, and it's all over it. And I told my husband, because we were talking, and he was like, what? I showed him. He said, oh man, yes. When I tell you all, anybody and it's more coming, because I already see with the other ones, because it was 4 other ones who was involved in it. And I already see what's going on with them, because that prompted me to do even more research. But like I said, they gonna get theirs too. They're already starting. But like I said, on a few videos back, anytime anybody fucks with me, I get to see their demise. I get to see the crashing and the crumbling, the destruction of them. Now, my whole thing is, it was untimely, unexpected death. She died. She's dead. This individual's female I'm talking about. Yeah. So I just want to go ahead and I want to come on here and I wanted to say that. And I just want to put this out as a cautionary tale. And also give words of caution. Don't go around messing with people. My whole thing is, folks don't have to worry about how somebody is spiritual, or what spiritual rank they have, or what spiritual work they can do, and things like that. If you don't have to worry about it if you don't mess with anyone. Because I'm going to tell you something. Truly, the spiritual folks who have high spiritual rank, we don't go around randomly just saying, oh, I'm going to do this to this person, I'm going to do that to this person. No, you have to offend us. And it has to be a very strong offense, because it takes time, energy, and effort to do spiritual work, especially the time and the energy. Yeah. And I just want to come on here and I wanted to say that and make that quite clear. So to Eli, circus cult leader, Shitty One, I know that you all not having service tonight because you made that announcement, what was that, last Saturday? Because y'all having that funky feast is starting tomorrow on Thursday night. But it's just like how I said though to you. You need to get those lard asses, those water buffalo, those fat asses up in there, and they shouldn't have been weighed. And if not, you can call them in there early tomorrow. I'm not letting go of that. I'm not letting go of that. And have that healthy food line and also that regular food line. And then also when you get up there, don't you dare. And this is specifically to you, Eli, circus cult leader, Shitty One. Don't you dare say anything else about my video, what I'm putting on my videos. Because you put little things out or whatever, let know, oh yeah, that you're listening, you're listening to my videos. Yeah. And I know that you are. Leave that alone. You've made your decision not to get up there and not to confess your unrighteousness, so you retain your unrighteousness. And I mean that. Go on about your business. Keep on doing like how you've been doing. Prior to me making these videos. Keep on doing that. But like I said, destruction has already started upon you, your bloodline, your whore wife, Shitty 2, and that corrupt crew. And I do mean that. I do mean that. So you just keep on doing what you've been doing before I even made any videos. But we gonna see what it's gonna be. But I wanted to come on here and I wanted to share that with you all. And I mean what I say. That Eli, that circus cult leader, Shitty One, Chief of the Terrors, Nigga Bum One, Commander-in-Chief of the Clowns. He's going down along with his whole wife, Shitty 2, his crime family, Lieutenant Dummy Son number 1, Lieutenant Dummy Son number 2, and them bastards that they have, his whole bloodline, and that corrupt crew. And I do mean that. And we'll see it. We'll be able to see it. Let's just sit back and we gonna wait and we gonna see what it's gonna be. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video short. I'll be back with another video. But until that time, I'm signing out.